gas.
Dee Snider, let's talk about the new Twisted Sister album, Love is for Suckers. I mean, why that title? You don't really believe that, do you? Love is for Suckers?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I understand that suckers has another nastier meaning over here. In the States, it's just sort of means he's a bit naive. You know, someone who falls for tricks. You know, yeah, definitely I believe love is for suckers. I mean, I'm in love. Anybody who's ever been in love knows that it is. I mean, how many times you see people have awful relationships, they get their hearts ripped out and thrown on the ground, they swear they'll never fall for this stuff again, and then a bird walks by and then it's boom, they're off one more time, you know. So I just think an appropriate title for the album.
It's been nearly 2 years, of course, since the last Twisted album came out and play. What took so long?
The band was very tired after the last album. Everything was just getting kind of repetitious. We were going through the motions. We'd been together for 11 years at that point, or 10 years. And we decided we needed a big break and we needed some changes. And we just said, look, we're off and we don't know when we'll get back together. Maybe we won't. But we'll get if we get back together, it'll be because we want to get back together, not because we have to. So we took a lot of time off. People did other things. And I worked on new music, and when I came back with the new stuff, I was looking for some changes. I had written some Twisted Sister music and some Dee Snider music because I had an idea of a solo album. And when the band came back, everybody was not into the Twisted Sister music, they were into the Dee Snider music. Now, hearing the album, not too many people really say it doesn't sound like Twisted Sister, so I guess this natural change that I thought was so different was actually where Twisted naturally had progressed, where the band had progressed, and where the audience had progressed with us. So the biggest change to come about, I think, is the fact that we're not wearing any makeup anymore, and the costumes, they're gone. And I really spent time developing the guitars and the musical end of this album, because before this has always been very basic.
I had no idea actually that you'd got rid of the makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do that?
See that. For lack of a school desk. What happened in a lot of places in the world, we've become very popular. After You Can't Stop Rock and Roll in England, the rest of the world kind of woke up, and with Stay Hungry, we started getting platinums and golds all over the world. And the makeup that was supposed to be outrageous and crazy and insane and monstrous and frightening, with acceptance became, people became complacent about it, and with complacency came normality. And suddenly I had 3-year-olds looking at me on the streets like I was like a Muppet or something, you know, I like Twisted Sister, you know. I never really wanted that to happen. And it sort of defeated the purpose of the makeup in the first place. We used it to get recognition. Now we had recognition, so why are you wearing it? Besides that, the combination of the pop metal songs, the basic chord structures of our songs, the makeup and our sense of humor, some people started to think, well, maybe this isn't for real, maybe this is a goof, you know, it's a joke. And we're not a joke. I haven't, 12-year joke. 12-year joke is like ridiculous, you know. This is something we really believe in, so we aren't about to disappear, and we're not a joke, and we felt that the makeup was better suited for younger, angrier bands, not ones that are sitting in big houses with 7 cars and 2 boats and all sorts of money in the bank. So now we just want to get down and show people we can play, and we're a band. We're a live band, we're a recording band, we're a performing band. We're not dependent on the makeup and the costume.
What about your live performances? Because in the past, I mean, you made your reputation on these outrageous performances. Your raps are always very funny, quite rude.
Yeah.
Is that going to be tailored down a little bit?
That won't change too much. The only thing with the raps just started as necessity. You know, people would be tuning a guitar, you'd have to fill in a few minutes, somebody would be throw a bottle at you and you'd have to put them in their place or what have you. But eventually people came to expect me to talk on stage, and so it became part of the show. I mean, we'd write the set list and it would be song, rap, song, rap, you know, I mean, there'd be places. And I don't want to have the show depend on the use of a rap to get the audience going. So you may see a little less, but it won't be gone. As far as the energy and the intensity of the shows, that's not going to change one bit. That's Twisted Sister. That is what we are. Unfortunately, Great Britain is one of the only countries in the world where we're recognized as a performing band. You know, we did over 2,000 live shows before we had a record deal. 4 or 5 shows a night, 5 nights a week, and we gained a reputation for ourselves in the New York area as a performing band. Then we came over to England, and we continued our reputation with the Marquee and Reading and Donington, and then all of a sudden we had these hit singles, which I never expected, and I don't think anybody expected, and then we were on the cover of every magazine, and from there it went to the United States, the same thing with hit singles all over the world, and a band that started playing in the pubs, getting down and dirty, was suddenly depending on whether or not we had a hit record. I don't like being at the mercy of a hit record. You know, we're a band that performs, and if a record's good and the show is good, that's what I want to sell the records on.
Now, of course, the new album is just about to come out, so presumably you will be going back out on the road.
Yeah, we start in the middle of September in the States.
And how long is that tour going to last?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the major cities 4 or 5 weeks in the States. Then we're going to come over to Europe and hit major cities in Europe, again, to get the whole album kicked in, to a few weeks in Europe. Then at that point, we're going to step back and see where the demand for us to do more intensified performing is. England, for example, has already proven that they want Twisted Sister on a live level. Last tour, every date sold out. So we'll be coming back to England and doing a lot more dates. Other countries in the world, it will depend on how well the record does and how badly people want to see us.